Chris, question for you. How do you feel about, do you have any beefs about any of the ways that activists are handling themselves as they interact with you? This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by arriving at Keene District Court. Sam Dodson arrested for videotaping in the courtroom lobby. Videotaping in the courtroom lobby. And he is on trial today, the second part of his trial.
Oh, no.
Sam, what's your primary goal today when you go into court?
Primary goal. Talk about what happened and just talk about what happened, basically. I think the actions will stand for themselves.
Do you want the city to pay some kind of restitution, or the district court or the state or whatnot?
Right now I'm not worried about that. It's just a matter of beating these charges that they've brought against me. So that's step number one. That's really all I'm focused on right now. So.
Now, the last time Sam went, well, not the last time, but one of the last times Sam went upstairs, he was arrested within 5 minutes for refusing to turn his camera off. So I figure I should be with him this time with my camera, at least. I'm going to go up into the area. Now, the area in here, the lobby, we're not allowed in there. That's Eli Rivera, the prosecutor, who initially arrested Sam months ago for videotaping inside that room. However, nothing exciting happened when Sam walked in. I just kind of wanted to be in the area when he first got in there.
His hand when he left.
Chris, question for you. How do you feel about, do you have any beefs about any of the ways that activists are handling themselves as they interact with you?
With me, personally?
Yeah. No. I appreciate that. Chris, by the way, is the city prosecutor for Keene, or is that the correct terminology?
Actually, I'm an assistant county attorney.
Assistant county attorney.
That does Keene Police Department cases.
That means you work for the state?
For the county.
For the county, okay. All right. I get confused easily, as you can tell. All right, I appreciate you speaking with me. Do you have any, are you going to be prosecuting Sam's case today?
Yes.
Do you have any beefs about prosecuting someone for something as simple as videotaping in a courtroom?
Well, it was a court order, and he violated the court orders.
What about the... All right. Thanks, Chris. Take care. And as has so often happened in the past, activists are spilling out of the courtroom now that the trial is over without judgment. I'm just guessing roughly there were about 20 of us this time.
I'm not sure.
Eli, how do you feel about the way things went up there?
We'll find out.
All right. Do you hope that you have to hurt Sam again? Jack Ganning here from the New Hampshire Free Press. Maybe a third of the activists, or half of them who are here, are currently outside. And now Sam and his entourage and his large numbers of video equipment boxes returns to his vehicle.
Says, all right, I'm willing to meet you in the middle. I'll sign as the election officer, because it has to be notified or notarized. Or whatever. Yeah. If you'll get the street number. I said, well, I'll give you the street number if you will certify that you'll allow my nickname on the ballot. And she said, well, we can talk about that in a little bit. And so I pushed her on it.
Check this out, Ridley. How you like that?
I can read that one better.
Peaceful evolution.
Nice. Well, now, how do you feel about how things went up there, Sam?
It was all right. I think the judge was a little angry, and can you get a fair trial when it's, you know, the state's game completely, and even state-approved lawyers on my team? I don't think so.
Well, now the judge was essentially representing. I mean, he was ruling on his own ruling, wasn't he?
Well, he's defined as the fact finder He's saying he's not going to care what words are used to describe the events, that he's going to look at the events and make his own determination, is what I heard.
Yeah.
Which,
But you had asked to have him recused because he was the man that made the ruling that said you can't videotape. Now he's ruling on whether
supposedly the person who recorded this, also the court security officers were there working. So, you know, it's kind of an intimidating environment to go into and say those things when the very people who were involved are standing there right over my shoulder. Mm-hmm. That's uncalled for, and there's no need for it when it could really just be easily moved to another court. But clearly, you know, they weren't willing to do that.
All right.
So,
what happens next?
I guess we wait for the ruling. We've got the appeal already teed up, and it can't go to Superior Court. It can only be appealed to Supreme Court based on facts of law. So.
Okay. What were you saying? This is Sam's attorney, by the way, Mr. O'Brien, but I forgot your first name.
Bill.
You're also a state rep and an attorney out of Concord, is that correct? Or?
I'm actually an attorney out of the Monadnock region,
Okay.
Mount Vernon. I got to put it on so my constituents know me. It's Mount Vernon, Lyndesboro, New Boston, Temple, and Welton.
What was your main beef with the way Sam was handled?
Well, I think he was clearly overcharged. I mean, as you're aware, there are a couple of several additional charges that couldn't be sustained. They were just obviously absurd. And so these charges were filed almost 2 months after the original ones, which were withdrawn. And it impresses me that what the police were trying to do is to find some reason to justify their arrests. I mean, what we have here is not, for example, one of the charges contempt of court. It's contempt of court officer. That's the way they perceived it. They had a short temper, they were impatient, and they overreacted to a situation. If they just discussed the situation with Sam, I think it could have been resolved on that basis. But they didn't. They overreacted, and unfortunately, they don't like people questioning their authority. And this case results from that. That being said, I think we have good legal grounds and good factual grounds for the case being coming out favorable for Sam. It certainly should.